Hi, my name is Jamali and I'm here to talk about my mental health, but I want to take you back to the beginning in my childhood. So I had a normal childhood, went to school, 2 brothers, 2 sisters, played around, done everything till I was about 8 years old. Everything came crashing down. Family friend sexually abused me and kept this dark secret for many years, but I want to open up about it. So I remember like it was yesterday. It started happening regularly and I just let it go. Couldn't tell no one. I tried to tell my mum, but I didn't have the courage to. Tried to tell my dad, couldn't tell him. I was more ashamed in myself. I held this secret for many years. When I started getting sexually abused, it only happened once. It started happening again and again, and then it hurt me mentally. So I grew up thinking, why did I let this happen to me? Why did I let someone do that to me? Then I got told that I was just a little kid. What could I do? Then I think I should have done something. Anything I should have done, but couldn't. I was more scared as what has happened to me. I just didn't want to tell no one, or didn't want to face it that it happened to me. I was more angry at myself for letting it happen to me. Then I told myself like I would kill him when I got older. I'll kill him. But I used to see him in, and I used to crumble like he won, like he defeated me. Then I don't know, that time in rehab that I done, my psychiatrist said to me, she's like, what would you ask the person? Like, write a question down. The only thing I could write was why. And she asked, is that all you would ask? And I said, yeah, like, why me? Like, why would you even do that? Then she started saying that I was just a kid, but I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it like I should have done something. Like, people look at me now like, yeah, I got tattoos and that, like, doesn't mean nothing. I was hurting on the inside for many years, and I just had my own demons that I never faced. I just used to let them win, and when I seen him, I just used to crumble. But now my brothers and sisters, and grew up, it was a good childhood, like just done everything. It was more me and my mum were close, and then anything. She used to come to all my games, take me to football, do numerous trips on buses with me, like make sure I got this, make sure I got that. She was solid, and just growing up around like in a broken family with domestic violence, it was hard. I felt like it impacted me because I couldn't do nothing to save my mum. Then one day I went to this high school, and it was a boarding school. And we had weekend visits, and my mum rocked up with glasses on. I said, like, what's wrong? Take your glasses off. She kept saying no. I was like, take your glasses off. Then she took them off, and her eyes were fully shut with just a bad black eye. And I started crying. I'm like, what's going on at home? Like, I couldn't do nothing. I wasn't there. Then I knew what was going on. She didn't even have to tell me. Just knew what happened. Then ever since then, I just started getting more worried. Then I left that school. I couldn't do it no more. Just wanted to be at home with my mum and that, and then just to look after her. Not really look after her, just to try to support her. But then I started getting in trouble. Just drinking and that when I was like 15, 16. Just doing stupid shit, fighting every weekend, going out, like just partying. wasn't the best thing to do as I was going through my demons. And I just turned to alcohol ever since from like 16. Growing up around here, you know, there was a party somewhere every weekend growing up. So you would go, you weren't even invited, you would just go. And then whatever happened, like if it wasn't a fight, you would make one. Then it wasn't the best lifestyle, and that's what I'm saying. Growing up around here, it's like fights and everything, and I thought I was real bad. Then someone I respected told me, may he rest in peace also, he told me, do I have a heart? And I asked him, what do you mean? And he said, do you feel bad like when you bash people or have a fight? And I said, yeah, of course I feel bad. Like, I just hurt him. And he said straight away, he's like, it's not for you then. And he's a bad mother effer. And he said, I can't do what he does. And from then I just knew that it wasn't really me. I'm not the one to go around hurting people and everything, looking for fights. And that's when I just opened my eyes as well. Just thought, like, I've got to change. It's not me. That's why I'm sort of scared now with my kids. I don't want my son to go through what I went through, so I'm trying to do everything in life to keep him what I went through, or even just what I experienced in my lifetime. So I told myself that I would never ever leave my partner again. Don't want to grow up in a broken family. To never ever, do anything for domestic violence. Don't want them to witness anything. Don't even want to witness me and Chloe arguing. Every couple argues, but try my best not to do it in front of their kids, as they don't deserve to see that. Because I know it affects them mentally, and as it affected me, so that's the last thing I want to do to my kids also. Got in some trouble and used to fight almost every weekend. I didn't like fighting, but I liked the adrenaline rush. Because I got abused when I was younger, I thought it was the right thing to do. I got a high off hurting other people. So the circle I was with, I had to change. Then I started growing up more and just realising that it wasn't the best thing to do. The people I was hanging with weren't the best either. So I got a different circle, and they're the ones who opened up and said that I need to stop fighting for other people. I would be at home and I would get phone calls late at night saying that they got in a fight, can I come help? Me being me, I would go. And my cousin one day told me, you need to stop doing that, because would they ever come fight for you? And then that's the day that I realised that I need to stop doing it. So I started hanging with my cousin more. Then we became heaps close. His circle became my circle. Now we're all just brothers. And that's what you want in life. You need people around you who want to see you do good. The only time they look down on you is to pick you back up. That's the only time they should look down on you. My wife lost her mum. And she was good. She was a good lady. She was the best. She's done everything for anyone. And my wife, she handled it good. Even now, I mean, it's like, she's solid, my wife, but the day that my partner left was the worst day of my life. She told me that she couldn't do it no more. I thought it was all her fault, but then I realised that it was all mine. I had my demons, but I would self-medicate with alcohol. I would drink from Thursday to Sunday with my son at home and expecting her to look after him. And I wasn't being the father that I should have, nor being the husband that I should have been. Turned to everything, just lost my family, lost my wife, left me, my kid. Then I realised that I needed help. Got drunk one night and just lost the plot with my friends. Then the next day my cousin came over and put me in the rehab. And with that journey in the mental health rehab, I learnt a lot. So whilst my time in rehab, she came and visited me once. It was hard. Every day I would call her, say I love her, miss her. She would just say, I know you do. but she wouldn't say it back, and that was a tough time in my life. In rehab, I could have, I tried to kill myself because I was just over life, realising that I couldn't do it no more. So when I tried to commit suicide in rehab, I told the nurses to let me go for a walk. So they took me out for a walk, and there was a main road, and I just told them, just let me cross the road. They said that we're going to come with you. I said no. I said I'm okay, I just want to go across the road to the service station. Whilst going across the road, it was a busy road, and I just walked out in front hoping a car would hit me, but it didn't. At the time I was so sad because it didn't, as I just wanted to get out of this life, as I had nothing to live for. As I didn't have my wife or kid, I just realised that there was nothing in life for me. But then I realised that the next few days were the hardest for me, as I could have just laid there and killed myself. What effect would I have on my kids? What effect would it do to my wife? Then I seen my son, and then I realised that I want to be a man that he can look up to. As much as I wasn't when he was in his early years, I want to be it now. But the people who I had in the rehab, they told me people have got it a lot harder in life than I do. I didn't think like that. I just thought I had it the hardest. Everyone feels sorry for me. But then I heard other people's journeys. Then I opened my eyes. I'm like, I'm gonna fight for what I believe in and what I love. When I got out of rehab, proved myself to her. For about 2 months, we were just talking as friends. Didn't do nothing. Just went out as friends and my son, being civil. Then one day I said to her, would you like to work things out? Then she just said yes. That day was the best day of my life, because then I realised that I've got my family back. We're back as one. Not much people know that one night that I crashed my car, I seen the person who used to abuse me at the pub. I shouldn't have drove. I was really drunk at the time, but I felt scared. So I got my keys, because I couldn't be around him. So I got my keys and just drove. On the way home, I flipped my car into a parked car, and luckily nothing happened. I didn't hurt no one, and I didn't hurt myself. Whilst I was laying in the hospital bed after I flipped my car, I had my mum by my side, and then my wife rocked up pregnant with our second child. As we got back together, it was the best thing that happened in my life. After rehab, I realised I knew what I wanted in my life. So that was my wife and my kid. So with 2 kids now and a wife, life couldn't be happier. Changed my priorities, had to realise what I want, and they are what I want in life. My kids now are my everything. They are my priorities in life. And that's the last thing I want to do again, is to lose them. 1 girl, 1 boy, and we're happy as ever. So you just got to believe what you want, fight what you believe in, and if you love something, someone, go for it. Don't hold back, you just got to go for it. When I seen a photo of myself, I realised that I just had to change. I was overweight, depressed, sloppy looking. Yeah, it just wasn't me, who I was, you know. And then I just had to make a change. I would talk to people, but it was hard, as I felt people would judge me for what I let happen to me. It was hard to open up with, because much people don't go through it. But when I started talking to other people, it's more common than I expected. And yeah, it was. Then one day I just said I needed a change. So what helps me with my mental health is gym, music, and just being around family and friends. I went through a stage where I used to pull out of events, not go to anything, because I couldn't be around much people. And I just felt everyone was judging me, nobody loves me. But I realised everyone's there for me to help me and loves me. But it was just my mind getting to me and defeating me. That's when I was at rock bottom in life. And it's the hardest thing to come back up from, but if I can do it, anyone can do it also. With that, I'd done intermittent fasting. When I was 144 kilos, I was upset with myself. Just looking in the mirror in disgrace, seeing photos, it wasn't me, I just felt ugly then. I started dieting. I'd go to gym once every 2 weeks. Then I realised that I really needed to stick to it if I wanted to change. Then just started training. Then I started studying of this intermediate fasting. Then I started doing that. It was hard for me because when I was so big, my body needed something. Felt like I was going to faint. Had all crazy thoughts in my head, saying that like it should just eat. I'm not going to do it. Then so I would have a fat burner during the day, just living off caffeine, and go train in the afternoon. Go to the gym, then footy training on Tuesdays, Thursdays. Then go gym every other day straight after work. Then I just started dieting a lot more. Then everything started working out with my weight loss journey. Became an ambassador for Prep Meal Kings, and everything. So many people have reached out saying I'm motivating them, and that's what I want to do in life, just to show that anyone can do anything if you just get up and do it. So within 12 months of training and dieting, I lost 34 plus kilos. Then I started documenting my journey, put it on my Instagram and Facebook, and that's where people reached out. I was getting messages saying that they motivate them, telling me don't stop, and that they're starting their training journey now, or weight loss journey. With that made me feel so good, knowing that I'm helping people. It's rewarding myself. So I felt good about that, and I just wanted to keep it going. So this group here, it's a men's mental health group. They help a lot of people than I expected. Shout out to Isaac for starting it. I mean, he started something big. It's only just the beginning, but I believe now they just started one in the Gold Coast, started one over in New Zealand. It's just a bunch of people, no judgments, nothing, meet up every Sunday and just go for an hour or two walk. It's nothing too big. We played Oztag the other week, had a barbecue, and it's just a safe place for men. As nobody judges, you can tell your story, everyone's there for each other. So everything was going good in life. I was the fittest I've ever been in the last 5-6 years. Then one day of football got hit low and done my knee. Then I needed surgery on my knee. And I got that in November, and then I just felt like I was back in the dumps. Felt like I couldn't work, couldn't do nothing. So it was just like I couldn't provide for my family. Being stuck at home with your mind 24 hours a day, can't walk, can't do much, it hurts. That's where all my thoughts started coming back in. So when I got injured with my knee after surgery, it was a tough time, like financially as well. Wasn't getting much, didn't really get looked after with money wise. So like brought me and my wife to argue a bit, and she had to go get a night job, and then I was doing everything with the kids, bathing them, giving them, it was good because she was there for dinner, but putting both of them to sleep. And it was hard, man, like this is where I grew. Like, knew it was actually tough. Like, my wife, she done a great job, like she still does. I had to take my hat off to her, like it was so hard for me to just keep doing it. It was mentally draining as well as what I was going through. But she just made it look so easy, so I thought I can do it too. But during it, I was struggling, like I'll message her while she's at work, what do I do? And yeah, that was one of the toughest times as well. Then, so a lot of credit to like all the mums, and that's when I realised like I expected her to do it all by herself. I try to help the most, but if you're good at it, I might as well just leave it with her. So she's good at it. Telling me that I'm weak, I can't do nothing. So the first week after surgery I had off, Then the second week I had to go back to the gym. Just went back, trained half an hour a day, and that's where I cleared my mind. Had to do something as the thoughts were getting crazier. Then after the surgery I got a good job. Then everything was going good. Good pay, support for my family and that again. Then another injury happens again. Burned my feet with acid. We doing council cleanups and I picked up a tub and it just acid poured out all down my shoe. Required a skin graft. Then I just went back in the dumps again. Everything was right, happening in life, happy, fit, training again. And then I just fell back down to the bottom. Can't do nothing. Got a skin graft. Had to wear tubic grips. Had to go twice a week to the burns unit, get it dressed. And then they just told me that my skin wasn't attaching properly during the procedure. Then they gave me two options, another skin graft, but if that doesn't work, there's going to be talks of amputation. And then I just started crying because I was scared. I was scared, but more like ashamed that I can't do nothing for my family again. Just back down. It just hit me real hard. It was sat there like, how am I meant to do anything for my family? And then I was just over surgeries, like just coming from my knee, then a skin graft, and they're talking about another one, then amputation. It didn't sit good with me. Then the nurse told me not to worry, but it's hard not to worry when you get told you might get your leg chopped off. So I went home. This was on Monday, sorry, then they told me to come back Thursday, and that's when they're going to make their final decision. I probably had 3 hours sleep during those 3 days, just thinking what's going to happen. And then I went Thursday, and luckily, thank God that the skin finally attached. I didn't need no other surgery, no amputation. So I'm pleased about that, but it's just a long recovery that I've got to go through. I got told that I can't sweat, so I can't train, so I'm just stuck at home again. Can't do nothing, minimise walking, and so that's where I started again, the thoughts. But being strong-minded now, I realised that this was only just another speed bump in life, and this recovery, as long as it takes, I've got the right group around me, it's just going to push me through it. It'll get a lot easier.
So with my foot, when I was getting everything done, this is like recovering, the surgeon came in and just told me straight up that it will never ever be 100% again. And that broke me because I was doing everything right, training and everything, best shape been in years. It just felt good, then that knocked me back down. Then I spoke to one of my close friends and was telling him, they told me it's never going to be 100% again. I was upset about it. Then he laughed, like, it's not funny. He's like, bro, 100 is just a number. He's like, you can do it, you've done so many things in your life, you've overcome so much. And that pushed me again, like that brought my spirits back up, knowing that I've overcome a lot of stuff in my life. And it's just another speed bump that I'm just going to roll over.
I feel like I can just overcome anything now. I look in my life, like this is nothing that's happened to me, but I just look like this is easy now. So like I got my wife, kids at home, the boys that I hang with now, and they're all positive. I try not to bring negativity into my life because I feel if someone negative around you, you're going to be negative. So my daily routine, every time I wake up in the morning, I don't try to say I feel good. I'm going to have a good day. I wake up and just say today's going to be a good day. No matter, even if I'm just sitting at home, I try to do everything. Just try to keep my mind occupied. I've practically conquered Netflix, so that's boring now on Disney Plus, just watching everything there now. So just trying to maintain. It's hard when you're versing your mind all day, so you just got to conquer your mind. That's really where it is. Ever since I've done my foot, I put on 6 kilos. And I felt so depressed when I jumped on the scales. Like I just felt ugly. I felt fat. Like I put on weight again. Like I'm gonna go back to my old self. I don't want to be that. And then the people I hang around, they're like, it's 6 kilos. Like, what can you do? You can't do nothing. You can't sweat. What do you expect? So that's when I open my eyes. I'm like, it's true. Like I can't do anything. Like I've earned this really. Also, like lost 30 plus kilos. I'm like, I sort of got to enjoy eating shit food most days. So now, like, I'm just enjoying life. I'm still happy now, and that's all I want to be at the moment. Yeah, so my mindset now is just whatever life has in front of me, just got to embrace it. As I was saying, like with this injury, I was down in the dumps, but I just realised that it's nothing, like a little speed bump. I look at it more now as I get to spend more time with my kids. I get to take my son to school, pick him up from school, spend the day with my daughter, spend the day with my wife. As hard as it is every day, but it's just time that I feel like I enjoy, and like they're the memories you want to make with your kids. Picking them up from school, it's the littlest things, man. Like just dropping him to school, giving him $2 a day. Him and my nephew, giving them $2 a day, it brightens their day, and it makes my day giving it to them. So that's what, seeing the kids smile makes me smile. So it's a lot easier in life when that everyone's smiling, I believe. With him, like there was times I found out where he lived. I could have felt like I just wanted to kill him, but well, that wouldn't do nothing for me, you know. So I just realised that my mind sort of changed and just said the best thing to do is just be happy and let him live with what he done for the rest of his life. And that's where I just sort of just changed my whole mindset and just said that life's a lot better than what I expected, and I just live life now. Like whatever I want to do, I'll do it. Like I'm not gonna hold back. This video, I've been talking about it for like a year or two, but I just felt like I wasn't ready for it because I was still scared of of my story, of my journey, what people would think of me. But now I'm happy to share it. I'm glad that I'm doing it now. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm getting it off my chest. And to be honest, even just talking now is a lot of weight off my shoulders, and you know, like I'm not doing it for sympathy or anything, you know. I'm just doing it to show that people that you're in a dark road, but there's a light at the end of it. You can either go two ways. You can go to that darker path where you lose everything, or you can go to the light where you have everything. And I believe I chose the light, and just now I have everything in my life. Like all I asked for was 2 beautiful kids, my wife, just a happy family, just a good friend set, good family. That's all I want in life now, and I believe I got that. Just want to show you, not just men, but even women, girls, boys, ladies, that it's a lot easier to talk about something than you think. It may be hard, but it's a lot easier. Like you just need to find the right group. If you feel comfortable with talking to someone, do it, because you never realise how much weight it takes off your shoulders. I held my secret in for numerous years. Only a few people knew, and I feel like people were judging me if I told them. But as I said, like if your so-called friends judge you or hold it against you, get rid of them. They're not your friends in life. It's someone you don't need around you. So I just want to open up with my mental health journey, my weight loss, everything that's happened in my life, and just come clean and just show everyone that it's a lot easier than expected. And if I can do it, anyone can. So with this video, I want to do a few episodes just opening up more about my life, my wife and kids, how I overcome my mental health. Everyone has different ways. So So I know when I start going downhill, and what is good is my cousin and my friends all know when I start to go downhill. When I start pulling out of events, I would pull out of a wedding like and birthday parties just because there was too many people around and I just got bad anxiety. My mind would defeat me. Then what's good is, yeah, like my friends and family, they know when I'm going downhill. I'll turn my phone on, call over, no one can call me, so they'll send me messages. I might message back if I feel like talking. So it came to the days where they'll just rock up at home and just be like, let's go. And I'm like, nah, like I don't want to go nowhere. Then it's just simple things of get me out the house and getting lunch. Then I realised like I would have just sat at home and been thinking, like being depressed, feeling sorry for myself. But the friends that I got now, I'm telling you, like it's hard to find people like that now. People call like friends family, but it's like I got one big family with the people around me now, and life's a lot easier when you have that.
Now I believe you have to know the darkness to appreciate the light.